know what's on the call logs.
I wish you guys would understand what words mean. I think all your mistakes are from the fact that you don't get language.
No.
Like you just mentioned like find me votes. Do you know what that meant? Or are you like trying to infer a greater conspiracy?
The question is, do you know what that meant? The Republican Party's motto is January 6th doesn't matter. Why are we even investigating it? And that's what you're saying when you're pointing at all this. I'm
all for pushing Jan 6. That's what got Trump elected.
No, it's fine. And he'll get elected for a third term if we keep going.
That's Fox News contributor Jessica Tarlov, struggling to hold her ground after Greg Gutfeld cornered her over Biden's FBI spying on Republican senators. It's the kind of meltdown that happens when talking points meet hard facts. You could hear the tension rising as she tried to reframe the story. Deflecting, shifting tone, anything to move past the question. But Gutfeld didn't let her off easy. He stayed on target, and what followed was a complete unraveling on live TV. Before we dive into the full story, comment where you're watching from, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. This moment captures everything wrong with the establishment narrative. The same Democrats who spent years calling Trump a wannabe dictator are now defending real government surveillance on sitting senators. They talk about democracy when it suits them, then quietly justify the very abuse of power they once warned about. It's hypocrisy at its purest form, and Gutfeld didn't just expose it, he dismantled it, one line at a time.
Jessica, that's a good point. Maybe this overreach resulted from the ultimate decision to have a phony, fake imposter for a president.
No, I don't think so. And no one has accused Merrick Garland of being phony or fake, and he was the one who was actually in charge of Jack Smith, not Joe Biden. I'm stunned that Republicans actually want to draw attention to this, because now we're rehashing the fact that the senators who were part of this investigation are not just random names that he picked off a list, but people who were either talking to Donald Trump or co-conspirators that are named in Jack Smith's charging documents for trying to turn over a free and fair election.
Wait, Lindsey Graham was a co-conspirator?
That's actually. Well, Lindsey Graham, it's funny that he was so aggressive at this. Why would they want to know who I called? Because he called Brad Raffensperger after Donald Trump, you remember, asked him, well, why can't you find me 11,587 votes or whatever? And Lindsey Graham also called him. And according to Raffensperger, he said that he thought that Lindsey Graham was interested in talking to him about the mail-in ballots and maybe if they would be invalidated. Lindsey Graham has said he was just doing that as his role as senator. It had nothing to do with the fact that he was trying to overturn the election. That is not what a lot of people think about it. So Lindsey Graham sitting there being enraged is hilarious. I'm so glad that you said that this is a metadata issue versus wiretapping, because Josh Hawley is up there holding up a billboard that refutes exactly what he's saying.
So treating Democrat senators like terrorists and looking into their phones is okay now.
If you are,
is that okay now? So we can look into Schiff's phone?
First of all, I don't going to say look into your phone, because a call log is not the
Jessica.
Do you?
You don't even know the difference between a man or a woman.
Yes, I
know
do.
the difference between a wiretap and getting someone's metadata. And if you want to deliver it right now, I will deliver that baby.
That is the most threatening thing that you have said to me, and you have said it multiple times for both of my children.
To bear your child.
You know, this is what always happens when the truth cuts too deep. The moment Greg Gutfeld pressed Jessica Tarlov on Biden's FBI overreach, her entire argument started to crumble. She tried to spin it into a debate about semantics, hiding behind terms like metadata and procedure, as if changing the vocabulary somehow changes the act. But no matter how you phrase it, the fact remains. Biden's FBI was caught spying on sitting Republican senators. And when you get caught doing something that blatant, the only defense left is confusion. What makes this moment so revealing is how familiar it feels. We've seen it time and time again. One set of rules for Democrats and a completely different one for everyone else. They frame it as justice, but it's really preservation, protecting the system they built and the people inside it. And when someone like Gutfeld dares to challenge that comfort, you can see the panic take hold. Because at its core, this wasn't just about one argument on TV, it was a moment of exposure. A reminder that when power goes unchecked long enough, it forgets it can still be questioned. And that's exactly what Gutfeld did. He didn't just debate Jessica Tarlov, he tore the veil off a truth they never wanted aired. What do you think? Was Gutfeld exposing the truth? Or did Tarlov simply get caught defending the indefensible? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. World Insight Hub, where facts speak louder than spin. Thanks for tuning in.